I'm milling about with Adan Canto, and he's starring in the film Two Hearts. Hi, Adan.
Hey there, how you doing?
Welcome. So you love the fact that I've got a beach behind me, yeah?
It's fantastic. It's so good. I'm jealous. Where are you?
I'm in New York.
Well, it's changed quite a
Unfortunately.
bit since last time I was there. It's a little
Uh,
different.
and where are you?
I'm somewhere in the. I'm doing this tour, introducing my son to different members of the family. So we're traveling all over the place. But it is fall here, so you see the leaves changing just like you do in New York. So that's cool. Yeah.
Oh, how gorgeous. I love the little wreath behind you. It's very
That's right.
fall-like.
I wish I knew how to change my background. I would do something a little more exciting. I feel, like I need to catch up to you or something.
It's really easy. I'll show you later. It's so
Okay,
easy to
cool.
do it. So I feel like this is the most romantic role that you've had. Am I correct?
I think so. Oh, wow. That's kind of sad to say, but it's true. That's like the only pleasant, loving, romantic kind of piece that I've done. It's crazy. Ever since the very beginning of my career, I guess it's always been something a little dark, a little, a little edgy, a little out there.
Yeah, so I can't help but think that you must have been thinking about your own wife the whole time you were shooting this with Radhika Mitchell.
Yeah. I mean, I have to say, Rod is so fun. Like, um, I mean, it was a unique shoot because everything was just going so well all of the time, and you know how it is. Like most of the time, you're just waiting for something to fall, to break, for somebody to have a meltdown, and things to feel weird. And it was just I mean, just the way the film is, just a very heartfelt, pleasant and good, sort of good message kind of thing. It was just really good time, and Radha was always in a playful mood and always open to see what happened on set. We never planned anything out, and we just sort of riffed along the way. And yeah, it was a really fun shoot. We really enjoyed it.
Okay, so I'm going to embarrass you right now.
Shoot.
How did you propose to your own wife? Because I love the proposal scene in this film, and I know you're still a newlywed, right? For all
Yeah,
intents and
pretty
purposes.
much. Yeah, only 3 years. It's only been 3 years. We have a 6-month-old now. Um, it was I figured out what was her place in her small town in Iowa. Her the place she was born and raised. I figured out what little corner. There's like a little like natural park woods area where she used to go journal and think. And she's an artist, and she's a very thoughtful woman. And I found out. I struggled with the ring. That's a whole nother story. I struggled finding the right thing. And once I found it, we took a trip out here, and I just couldn't sleep for like 2 nights. She was like, "What's wrong with you?" Like, I don't know. It's cool, it must be a jet lag, whatever. Woke up one morning, and I think it was like 4:45, almost 5 a.m. And I was like, "Say, let's go for a bike ride." It's like, "What's the matter with you? It's 5 a.m." Like, yeah, I don't know. I think it's just great. And the sun was, I mean, I have to say, it was absolutely gorgeous. We went out between the cornfields riding our bikes exactly at sunrise. The sun was fantastic in the fields. And we got to this place next to a lake, crossed a wooden bridge. It was like very, storybook like. I didn't know. I just knew where it was. So it was my first time there. And yeah, it was just, everything was perfect. It was a little surreal. And I popped up the ring, and I just said, "What do you think? You want to do it?" So bad, but I had to balance it a little bit because everything was so romantic and lovely that it would have been a little cheesy for me to do the whole, So I was, come on, what do you think, honey? Let's make it happen.
And then she said, "I'm exhausted. Let's go back to bed."
Like, let's go back. Let's have breakfast. Let's think this over. No, it was really great. We rode back home, and her mom didn't know. We didn't say anything, and we were living. She wanted her mom to see the ring, And once she spotted it, she dropped what I think she was holding something. She just screamed, started jumping around, and it was awesome. It was, I love her family. It really is I'm a very lucky man.
Oh, you see, you are romantic. This is a perfect role for you.
Yeah, I'm not as dark as people might think. But then again, I do have an attraction for those kind of worlds. I just find them so, uh, so interesting and layered. And I think it's because I'm not particularly living in that realm. I want to understand it, and I want to understand those people that that are probably hard to understand sometimes, and are easy to judge. I want to understand them. I want to know what makes them tick, what's going on, and try to embody that. And that's what I enjoy the most about what I do.
Cool. Well, of course, you shot this in gorgeous Hawaii. Yeah. So this must be
Yeah.
bringing up memories for you behind me.
Yes, it actually, yeah, it is a little bit. That I have to say it's perfect because it's getting a little, like, every time the sun disappears right now, there's a breeze of chill. But looking at your background gives me peace, and I can make this. I can make it through.
Were you able to actually have your family with you so, they could experience the beauty of Hawaii?
Hawaii, my
Yeah.
wife, yeah, of course. I mean, come on, it's perfect. It was such a surprise. The film, I wasn't expecting anything for that summer, and I got the call, and of course we jumped into it. And one of my favorite things about the movie, I have to say, is the people I worked with, the producers. And everybody says this all the time, but I'm being very, very serious.
The whole
Uh,
family, right?
oh my God. I mean, it's very strange, but I kind of consider them my family as well. There's a weird thing there. We've gone to many dinners with them, and it feels like we've known them forever. And my wife loves them, and we kicked it off. They're fantastic people.
Yeah, there's so many wonderful themes that are addressed in this film, and one of them is that there's no time to waste.
That's exactly right. I love that message, by the way. I mean, we so easily get caught up in a lot of there's so much noise around us, man. It's just noise,
Yeah.
noise, noise, animosity or anger and quick thinking, and all the social media stuff. And I just, I'm convinced that there's a lot more that we share and that we can connect with, than anything else. It's just a lot of noise. And I believe in the goodness of humanity. It just takes a little bit of mending. So, whenever you have a bad argument with somebody, you have to go through it and let it sink a little bit, and then we'll slowly get back together again. So
Yeah, agreed. Tell me about Gabriel House of Care. Is that an organization that you also became much more interested in?
well, yeah, I mean, the whole reality of organ donation and all of that, it's very strange because I remember getting my license in California, and they asked me if I would donate, and I said of course, because in my mind I'm kind of weird that way. I think a lot about death. It in the same kind of way that you brought it up right now, saying there's no time to waste. We don't know if we have it tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if we're going to get a chance to talk to somebody again, instead of just hang up the phone and pissed off and that kind of thing. Uh, so I've always thought if I'm going to die, I don't need my organs with me. I'm not going to take anything with me. So of course, whatever, it's great. But having the chance to get a little closer to the world of it, and to understand that there's these relationships that come about it, is fascinating. I mean, it's a true story, and they showed us the letters that they shared, and it is a very strange thing, to know that you're alive and there's an organ inside of you that belonged to somebody else, and there's a family out there that misses their loved one, and that's first approach is so strange, right? But to still have the faith and I guess the courage to write that letter, and to receive so much positivity from the other end. Both families were awesome and loving families, and yeah, I just got to know a little bit more about this world and respect it a lot more. And again, to your point, it just brings about the value of life so much. Something we just take for granted, and it's the most valuable thing that we could ever hold. And without life, we don't have anything. So, of course, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And would you want to meet the person that donated an organ to your loved one, if that were the case?
I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things that's so delicate and so complex that you would have to be in it to see how you would react to something like that. But I guess I don't know. I don't know. It's a very strange thing. And yeah, once you enter that realm, I'm sure reality shifts completely. And I mean, you're in the middle of it, missing your loved one, and I don't know. I don't know. And yeah, maybe it's anticlimactic to not have a straight answer, but it is a very powerful and complicated thing for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got an exciting career ahead of you as well as behind you. I mean, I just want to talk to you about other roles that you've done that I've loved that I never even knew you until
Oh, wow, that's cool.
until I'm seeing you now. So it's very, so one of them is The Following, which is probably my all-time favorite. I have 1 degree of Kevin Bacon as well as the Bacon brothers. He's been on my show, and him and Michael playing and such. And
he's a great guy.
What can I, yeah. So tell me about some of your favorite experiences doing that show and working with
it was very strange because I had just arrived back into LA. I had been living in Mexico City for 4 years and a half. Music took me to Mexico City first. I had some curiosity to acting. I never thought that it's something that you could actually pursue and accomplish and do, right? I mean, of course, yes, but not for me. I didn't consider that at all. I just saw that music was taking me forward, and that's the thing that I was betting on. And it wasn't until Mexico City where I had this deal with an A&R at a label, and we were recording a really well produced demo, and everything just sort of crashed and burned. The producers lost their jobs, so they had to go out and fend for themselves. And then I was just left there. I had moved my entire life to Mexico City, and I thought, like, okay, so what the hell am I going to do? And I started, evaluating my opportunities or things that were in front of me, and I thought, well, I'm going to take a crack at acting, because I saw there was a few things that interested me, and I've always been very curious about psychology and personalities and all of that. And I mean, it's a brilliant opportunity to put all into practice instead of just reading about it.
Yeah.
So I did it, and everything picked up. And I don't want to give you a long story. I want to get to Kevin's, but long story short, I started working as an actor a lot, and I loved it. Anyway, moved back to LA. I scored The Following. Everything happened so fast that, all of a sudden I'm there doing scenes one-on-one with the guy that I grew up watching films with, and it was a little, I guess it's what you call starstruck, but it wasn't like starstruck. It was very, it was kind of a surreal thing. It was like I was living in this dream that wasn't really my life, and I needed to sink into it a little bit more so I could understand that was my reality. But he's a gentleman, and he's a brilliant man, a very, very kind man. And the scenes with him were so exciting. It was in between the setups, camera setups and scenes, that it was a little bit awkward, because there's Kevin Bacon. What the heck, like, what are we going to talk about? And
music.
Well, there you go. See, today we'd have so much to talk about, but I guess I was so worried about really delivering as an actor, delivering as my role, whatever I was doing, that I was very serious about it. And doing the scenes, I was committed to what was happening in the scene, and I didn't see Kevin. I really struggled to eliminate that idea, and I did. I got there. But eventually, you know, he was a great guy. We chatted a bit, but it was, I guess, all in all, it was a bit of a surreal experience to do that immediately after coming back from Mexico, you know.
Oh, that's great. Well, when I see Kevin, I'll let him know.
Let him know. Let him know that we'd have a lot more to talk about nowadays.
And then you've got a movie coming out with Halle Berry directing you.
That's right.
Hello.
Yes. That was fantastic. And see, now I knew that it wasn't a dream. It's my life. And obviously I there's a lot of other aspects of this field, this medium that interests me and you know, that I'm very passionate about, and it was really cool to do this with Hallie, to join in creating. She's an actor's director, and just being on set with her, it was awesome. It was like being a kid again, and you know, I was already immersed in the reality and the world in my own character, which is very different to who I really am, and a different accent, different everything. I gained like 35 pounds for it.
Where?
And, yeah, where? The center area. My cheeks were a lot bigger. You'll see when it comes out, but it was a lot of fun.
What's the role? It's called Bruised, right?
It's called Bruised.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
What's the role?
So he's a very troubled, injured fighter, a boxer that, you know, he's struggling to find meaning in life. He thought his future was all shining, all great, and after an injury, he's left alone with nothing. All he had was his potential of fighting, and so he has his girlfriend, who's also a great fighter, and sort of wants to realize his dreams through her. She has a strong potential, and he's hard on her, and he's a very aggressive, frustrated, and in deep inside he's a little jealous of, you know, of her, but he loves her deeply. So he's a ball of contradictions. And obviously, if you go even further back in my developing the character, you visit the hardships of growing up in inner cities, and, you know, fatherless boys and all of that. It's a very timely film, and it touches on all of that, and the hardships that people experience that we can't even begin to imagine, you know.
So did you get in some fighting action? Did you get bruised? No pun intended.
Well, I guess I kind of did a little bit, but you know, not not as much as Hallie. I have to say, Hallie, I told her I've always loved her work, but I have not seen her do anything close to what she did in this film as an actress as well. I'm excited for you to see that one. It's really great, really great.
I'm excited to see it. And another thing that you and I have in common, besides Kevin Bacon, my birthday is actually a day before yours, but I'm a little bit older.
Okay.
A little bit. But you're going to be 40 this year, right?
I'm going to be 39.
Oh, you're going to be 39.
That's right.
Ah,
yeah.
Okay. Which is kind of like 40.
It's like the 40. It's a real 40. When the 40 gets in, you're well settled into the reality that you're 40. Same thing happened when I turned 30. I was 30 when I was 28.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, so you have another year to celebrate the big 4-0.
I think so, and I think it is a celebration. I think it is. Yeah, I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful. I must have done something right in the past life. I'm very fortunate to meet the wife that I have, and a very supportive family. So I'm a big crier. I cry a lot with good things. It's not pain. It's not any kind of negative thing. It's more so just looking at my son or something like, and I need to stop because I'm going to start crying right now. I just lose it with those kind of things. It's amazing. Yeah.
So you are a very sensitive soul at heart, Adan. I'm sorry to tell you this, but the action man is like in the movies.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a pretty sensitive guy, but I think it, I think it actually helps. Yeah, with yeah, it's not. It's funny when people imagine sensitivity or vulnerability. You think, of weakness, but I think it only gives you strength. If you allow yourself to become vulnerable, there's so much energy behind that, and it serves good. Also in our work, it's important, again, like I said, not to judge and to really understand, and not just understand, but embody and defend the perspective of the character you're performing, you're playing. So again, I think that's one of the benefits of this job. It's kind of having that open mind, I guess, or the eagle's eye perspective on things. Hopefully, I guess that's at least what I aim for, right?
Absolutely. Well, I'm sending you a virtual hug right now.
Yeah, I need it. I'm a little chilly right now, so. Thank you.
So lovely to meet you.
Likewise, it's a pleasure. Thank you.
And if you want to hang out in a little bit, I'll let you know how to do the virtual background.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to say goodbye for now.
All righty. Yeah, we'll see you soon on the next one.
Take good care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Always news. Always refreshing. Always candid. Always milling about. Robin Milling delivers what celebrities are saying to you.